I'm Maddy Proud. I'm a professional netball player. I play for the New South Wales Swifts and I'm also in the Australian Diamond squad. They've all been quite different, like all kind of been through different experiences. 2 were at training, 1 was in a game. 2 were sort of quite soft in a way, in that they were more like whiplashy sort of experiences, and ones that sort of had a little bit of like a delayed, maybe a couple of minutes until they came on. And then my most recent one was sort of the opposite, in real contact in the game, and sort of straight away sort of knew that something wasn't quite right. So yeah, it kind of just shows that they can kind of happen in a variety of ways. And even the first couple were like less than knocks I would usually get, but obviously just sort of got me in the wrong place at the wrong time. And then yeah, the last one was probably a little bit more obvious and was left a little bit battered and bruised after that one. So yeah, quite varying. The one that I got more recently was sort of like an elbow to the face, and that was like I hit the ground straight away and sort of was a bit out of it for a few minutes, and then wasn't probably until I went back into the change rooms to do the concussion test. And the one that really got me was trying to sort of follow the finger with my eyes, and that again sort of set on that real sense of nausea. So didn't actually vomit in sort of any of them, but got that real sort of sick feeling. And then probably the most consistent, like I guess, symptom I had like ongoing was just that real feeling like you're in a fog and you're in a daze. I think it's funny how your coaches end up probably being more in tune with yourself than you are. Like we even talk about that regardless of if you're concussed or whatever, even in a game, like our coach kind of knows you better than you know yourself. She knows sort of how you're feeling or how you are. And she was really one of the first ones that early on was just like, you're not yourself. And so she was kind of one of the biggest advocates for making sure I took kind of enough time, because she knew what I was like when I was 100%, and she knew I definitely wasn't there. It was nothing like blaringly obvious, like a bit of a headache, and that was probably the biggest sort of physical symptom I had, was just kind of having that consistent headache. But that again was because I literally got hit in the face as well, so I had a bruised jaw and all those sorts of things. But yeah, the most sort of significant was just that feeling not like yourself, and just not like I wanted to really do anything, and just a lot, sleepier and wanting to sleep a lot more often. But yeah, luckily no real things that stopped me from being able to do anything, but I was very conscious in those first 3 to 4 days of just taking it very easy, to the point where I didn't really leave the house anyway, because I wanted to make sure I looked after myself. I think I was quite lucky again that I kind of just got back straight into it, and I think that I'm a player that gets my head in a lot of compromised positions the way I play. Like I'm a mid-court or a bit smaller, there's always elbows around or other bodies around. And I think that, in sport as well, the moment that whistle goes, you kind of forget about everything else. But it is funny now, not probably funny is the wrong word, but I am a lot more sort of conscious of, if I do get hit in my head now, I get a bit more, not like freaked out, but sort of almost have to take a second to like assess whether I am okay. And I think because a few of the experiences I've had have been a little bit delayed, I now notice it in a game, even on the weekend, I sort of got a knock to the nose, and I sort of take those couple of seconds to be like, oh, am I okay? Because the symptoms could come in a couple of minutes and not immediately. So it's definitely made me more aware of that. That doesn't mean I stop playing that way, because I seem to still get myself in those positions, but it's something that I'm a lot more conscious of now, and sort of almost get like, it's not like it's a PTSD thing, but it's like I get a bit more frustrated if I do get a knock to the head, because I'm like, I don't want another one, or I don't want, that to kind of happen again. And you definitely become a lot more cautious in, I guess, the way you, not necessarily the way you play, but the way you respond to something happening, because the last thing you want is for it to happen and then to kind of keep going on and something happens. So you kind of take that time to make sure you're all right before you keep going. Netball moves so fast, you can only hold the ball for 3 seconds, so you have to make a decision. You have to see everything around you within those 3 seconds, and then go from executing a pass to making your next lead. And there's no real breaks in the play, and I play centre, so it means I'm involved in sort of both ends of the court, so there is no downtime for your body or for your brain. So that's why, the moment that you're not 100%, it's going to impact your game, but then it's also going to put that more pressure on your brain as well. So that's why, again, you've got to make sure that you go through those steps and go through the right processes to get back to being 100%, because you kind of can't hide in a game like netball if you're not functioning fully. If in doubt, sit them out.